Perhaps you're referring to the imminent attack on your rebel fleet. Your friends up there on the sanctuary moon are walking into a trap. An entire legion of my best troops awaits them. I'm afraid the deflector shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive.
Welcome, Space Windu. We are going to start up a Saber Talk every single Monday night. We have a special guest. We're going to feature Mundo, Edmundo Cabrera. I think he's in the back room. I see him waiting there. Let's intro Mundo and kick off a new Saber Talk Mundo Monday.
What up? What up?
What's going on?
Yep, just getting home from work, but it's all good.
You got some injury on your hand?
Yeah, my dogs got into it Sunday night, and I kind of got in the middle of it and got bit.
Better take care of that. You don't want to have it turn green.
No, I put some. I washed it, put some peroxide on it, and then had some the Neosporin put on it too, and yeah, so should all be good, hopefully. So we'll start her off right here. Let's see. Hopefully I got enough battery for this thing. Let's see. I do have enough battery. I do.
Got the right color going there too. Jedi light blue.
Definitely.
Now, which saber is that?
The Evo Flex.
Okay, let's get a good shot of that. Oh, nice. Yeah. Oops.
Oh, I'm all. I hadn't even had any beer, so that's why.
I like the central choke part where it's perforated. That looks really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, man.
Oh yeah, and the touch plate. I remember you showed me this before.
Right. I mean, it is pretty sweet, and it's NeoPixel setup.
I'm always happy to see bunny ears. I like bunny ears. You know, like on the ground, the Graflex got the bunny ears going.
Right, and it's actually very well designed, you know.
Yeah, you got the grips look kind of like Graflex grips.
Mm-hmm.
In a way. It's like a take on it.
I really like. I mean, these are
thinner.
very comfortable. The grip is very comfortable, man. I mean, I couldn't be happier with this thing.
Now, what company makes that saber?
Yeah,
Electrum?
Yeah, Electrum Sabers. Electrum sabers.
Very
Oh,
cool.
we got Yoda in the house too.
That's keeping your beer cold.
Oh yeah.
Yoda is keeping your beer cold.
Yoda told me, drink you must.
I have an assortment of drinks. I have some coffee. I have some water. I have some Gatorade. I have another water. I am absolutely prepared
There you go. You're gonna be hydrated.
to talk sabers with whoever wants to come in and talk sabers.
Now I did purchase the F-16 from the custom saber shop as well.
Have you gotten that? Did you show me a picture? I think you got it
Yes,
already,
as a
right?
matter of fact, let me show you. I got it right here I got it right here in the box.
Oh, did it come with this bag to keep it
Yeah,
dust free?
nice bag. And then this is this also came with it right here. This holds your Allen wrenches. Comes
Oh, that's
apart.
interesting. It's like it's a bullet casing holding all
Yeah.
your tools. That's cool. So this comes with the saber.
Yeah.
You didn't have to pay extra for this.
Right. You didn't have to pay extra. It comes with it. I mean,
That's pretty cool, man.
And you got your tools in there. So you got three sets in there. And you can actually take off that pointy part and exchange it on the back of it. And you'll see here in just a minute, but the saber itself. And I imagine this to be like the reason why I got it is because I like playing Mortal Kombat, and this to me speaks volumes to me about being Scorpion's lightsaber if he had one.
Yes,
So,
it does. Yes, it does. Absolutely. And that's like the color scheme. Like, do they offer every color scheme you could imagine, or there's like a certain amount of color schemes?
well, you got the plain aluminum color, then you've got this color, then you've got a red and black, which
I think I saw that one.
I was really struggling with the red and black one
Yeah,
as
versus
well.
this,
Between
right?
this one and the red and black, simply because if you're going for the Sith part, you want that red and black one, right? I mean, this thing just looks
True.
wicked
Well, the gold,
cool,
gold makes sense for Sith too. Gold and black,
yeah.
I think makes sense.
I mean, this thing is just wicked cool, man. I mean, see, that's like the afterburner right here of the F-16 jet.
And that's that's the pommel.
Right, the pommel.
Mm-hmm. And then do you have like a light up button on there or something?
Well, I mean, it's an empty hilt right now. I just got a chassis for it from Albert Flores at Outpost, Smuggler's Outpost. So I've got a chassis for it now, and I'm going to put the CFX in here.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put the CFX in here, and
it would be awful if it dropped on the pointy tip. It would bend it.
Oh,
don't let that drop.
Yeah, not a chance, man, not a chance. I don't want this one to be a shove queen either, because I think this one I'm going to be taking to cons and stuff with me as well.
Where's the belt clip on there?
I probably will be switching them out. Yeah, I probably will be switching them out and stuff.
Like, is that have a belt clip that's a cover tech or a loop?
No, it has neither right now, but I wanna see if I can get I've been looking at some leather smiths, and I want to see if I can get some leather holsters made for them.
I've been thinking a lot about that too. Like, I was telling Gabe about that, how I want to do some kind of holster for certain sabers.
I think the cover tech wheel and the D rings and the triangle rings, I think they're all kind of cool. But to me, if you're looking at like, you want to do, so to speak, let's say you feel like Han Solo a little bit, but Han Solo with a saber, you want that thing strapped to the side of your hip. You don't want to be carrying, you don't want to be, it's gonna be dangling and hitting your leg and this and that, or
Yeah, the holster you should have like you mentioned Han Solo, like having that strap around your leg so it won't flop around.
Right,
And it'll
exactly.
be like tight enough where like it can't just slip out.
Right, exactly. But you want it soft enough too, where it won't scratch anything, it won't catch on anything. So there's gonna be a lot to it, but the um I think the capacity of the design and the flow of everything is gonna look great once you get it adhered to the saber itself. Like Gabe's saber, like, oh my God, I can just imagine it in a like a Western style holster, and then him pulling it out like that. Oh, dude, that is just crazy cool. You know, crazy cool.
Tim McAndrew is here. What's going on, buddy? He
Tim,
says,
what's going on, Tim?
Glad you're here. Kevin Johns is here. Electrum Designs, the best hilts. It's just too bad the electronics don't work.
I kind of agree. I agree with that.
I think you had trouble in the beginning, didn't you? With that saber, you had trouble when you first got it. Tim McAndrew says, I got my Yoda saber. I do. Awesome. Chet Osborne is here. Welcome. Hey, Space Window. Hey, Mundo. Happy Monday. It is Mundo Monday. Yeah, we're gonna do these starting tonight, and we'll do them after Tom is done with his show. I usually can't get on till around like 10, so that's kind of when like I'll come on. I know Mundo sometimes doesn't get home from work until like 10:20 or 10:30, but he'll pop in when he's done with work as well. Tonight you were done early enough. Goat Ninja, my CF10s sound significantly better than my Profis. Is that a thing?
Wow.
I don't know, but I am jealous of like certain installs, I guess you could say, or certain setups. Like when Gabe brings over his CF10 saber, it's a Genesis custom sabers. For some reason, I don't know. Like, I mean, he's always got his TriStar in there. Like this is a TriStar right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is also a CF.
I shouldn't have done that. It's not the Jedi way.
This is a CF10 in here as well. But for some reason, Gabe's, well, this is a different like battery setup that's really not like this is my Yoda Graflex, where the batteries aren't like really made for having a TriStar. So I'll show you. There's 17 500s, but there's 2 of them. So the way they're wired here, they're wired together for 3.7 for the maximum amount of current, so that I could run blades like this. But at the same time, like something about Gabe's saber, even though it's a CF10, now it does have a more powerful battery than this. His blade just looks brighter. Same type of blade, TriStar, Civil Lightsabers TriStar. As far as sounding better, I don't know. Like I don't know, because every saber I kind of program to like a certain volume, like depending on like what I want the speaker to do or like what type of speaker it is. Like, so I don't know. Like I haven't noticed anything with the volume or sounding better exactly. Because when I buy a sound font from like Kyberphonic, or when Kyberphonic's given me his like sound fonts, they come with the folder. Like one folder is CF10, one folder is Profi, one folder is what's the other one, Verso. So like,
and that's the board I want to get too.
I'm just assuming I don't really know this. I'm just kind of talking out my ass, but I'm just assuming that it's like kind of the same, like the files and stuff and like the capability of the board, but I really don't know. Chat says, Mundo, get the blue black F16 so you have a Sub-Zero hilt.
Oh,
that's good.
I was thinking about really that too. Oh my gosh. I might need to do that later on down the road. Yes, thank you, man. Thank you, Chet.
You can have the Mortal Kombat selection of hilts,
right? Yes.
Tim says, I saw Harris was at Fan Expo in Philly over the weekend. Yeah, he was. I got some pictures. I saw some pictures on Instagram, and he invited me to go. I couldn't go, but yeah, I think he might show up on here tonight and talk a little about it. He sent me some pictures. He said there's a lot of people dressed up and stuff like that over there, and I don't think if I was going to go, I don't think I was going to dress up because I was going to talk like comic book stuff, but and not really Star Wars stuff. But he said some people were dressed up as Jedi and different things.
Mm-hmm.
Go Ninja says, how does that 32mm speaker sound? So I have that in this saber. So my Yoda Graflex doesn't have a 30, but this one has a 31mm here. So I like the way this sounds a lot.
That's pretty loud.
So this is a nice volume. This has a Profi board, and volume is set. I think, what do I have it set to? It's not up all the way because like I'm always afraid to like blow the speaker. So I think the maximum Profi is it 2000, I think, and I have this set to like 1250 or something like that. So it can go a lot louder. Gabe has his 31mm speaker in his Genesis Custom Sabers. We just kind of like transferred out the, swapped out the old speaker and put in the 31, but it wasn't easy. We had to like chop a lot of the chassis bit out of his saber so that we could fit the 31. And sometimes it's like, it's kind of like, I don't know what the right word is, not prototype, but it's it's like a work in progress, I guess you could say, on Gabe's saber, because what we're going to do is eventually is like take out that chassis, put in a new chassis that accepts a 21700, so that Gabe's saber that's a battery size, so that Gabe's saber can actually run more blade types like quad star and pentastar and stuff like that. From
now, how long does his blade? Well, let's go with the TriStar. If he's running a 21700, what's the runtime for the TriStar blade?
When I asked him, I know it's over an hour, but I don't know specifics. Yeah, like when I heard it was like over an hour, I was pretty happy. So because he's running like 18650 on that.
Yeah,
and all his
that's
colors
good.
look so bright. But yeah, the 31mm speaker, I love it on here. And like his actually sounds, his saber, even though it's like kind of a work in progress, we don't have the speaker like it's not it doesn't rattle as far as the sound, but when you open the bottom up, you realize that like it's not perfect. Like, it's not really, we're gonna get it right in the next install. When we do his, we kind of just wanted to get in 31 on his saber just to see, because it was like one of the first ones we did, and his sounds better than this one I'm holding. Maybe because like my opening at the bottom, when I kind of customized the saber myself, and I didn't make the opening, I didn't think about like sound too much on this, so I had a smaller opening than this. And then what I did was I made it this big. It's like a dime. It's like the size of a dime, maybe a little bit smaller than a dime. And the speaker is like right here at the end.
Now, eventually, with the Electrum Sabers, and if the electronics go out of it, I think eventually I'm going to put a CFX into that Electrum, the Evo Flex eventually. And Albert from Smuggler's Outpost does chassis for the Electrum Sabers, Evo Flex. So eventually I think I may end up buying one of those and putting one of those back into my Evo Flex and redo the the wiring and stuff in there. Eventually, when I get tired of having to fix all the stuff in the Electrum.
Harris is here. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, going on, Harris?
How you doing, Mundo?
Good, man. Good. I'm glad you got that shot glass, dude. It looks good with you.
A little bit of fireball on a Friday night, man. Hits the spot. Thank you,
Oh,
bro.
I believe it. I believe it. I got a beer right here just for you,
Good for
buddy.
you. Good for you, bro. My camera went dark. I don't know why. I'm using my new computer.
Oh, nice. It's working well. It's working well.
There it
Maybe
goes.
it's trying to adjust for the dark room or something.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Could be. I'm kind of beat tonight, guys. I just wanted to stop in and say hi, see what's going on. I don't know how long I'm going to hang. I might fizzle out a little early.
No worries.
All right. Look, love the pictures, man, from the expo, bro.
Yeah, they look good, didn't they? It was a lot
Tell
of
us
fun.
a little about it.
It was a lot of fun.
Tell us about the Philly Comic-Con that you went to.
So this weekend, past weekend, used to be called Wizard World. Was it Wizard World? I think it was Wizard World. Comic-Con, big Comic-Con in Philly. Comes around a lot of the big cities. And they changed their name to Fan Expo. And, same thing, just new owners, basically, and changed up the name a little bit. And my good friend, Rockstar Rob, is involved with 93.3 WMMR, which is the major radio station in the Philly market, Philly area. And he does a podcast called The Comic Book Gurus. It's him and another fellow called Craig Legance, by the name of Craig Legance. And they do the show, and each week they talk about everything and anything comic book rated. And it's sponsored through the radio station and the Preston and Steve show. So I was invited to tag along this weekend with Rockstar Rob. I sat front and center at their show. They did a live, basically a podcast, kind of like what we do. They did a live panel from there. They had a nice big stage set up. And I was front row center stage. I got a couple shout outs for my Lightsaber building. And we had a lot of fun together. It was cool.
That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
So
what
were
do
there
you
a lot
guys
of
think
people
about-
like dressed as Jedi over there, or was it mostly comic book?
Ton of Jedi. And, something funny that if you go to 93.3 WMMR, Philadelphia radio station's website, you can, I think in a couple days, they're going to have the replay of the podcast. And something that they were talking about in the podcast was about, what kind of cosplayers were there. And, cosplay, I think, kind of tends to go with the whole market, we were seeing a lot of Jedi, and Spider-Man was a hot thing and is still a hot thing with Spider-Man. What was it? No Way Home, I think, right? So there are a ton of Spider-Man. I don't know how you say that. So there were a ton of Spider-Man and a lot of Sailor Moon cosplayers I saw, which I'm clueless when it comes to Sailor Moon, but I can say this, that the girls were cute with the dresses and the multicolored wigs. So that was fun to watch them.
I got a friend of mine. She's very into Highlander, but she's also into Sailor Moon, right? And those are her two favorite. And she lives in somewhere in Seguin, but Sailor Moon is like at the top of her list things there, and she would have just loved to have been there at that Comic-Con.
So when I say Sailor Moon, I'm using that as like a blanket explanation, because there could have been other that type of genre thing that the people were making cosplay for. I don't know. I don't know anything.
A lot of anime. I would have been. I would imagine.
Yeah. One guy was walking around. A couple of cool things that I saw. One guy was walking around. Now my son, I forget the name of the video game. I'm not really a big video gamer, but the game where you use the blocks to build things, you can build.
Oh, Tetris.
Minecraft, yeah. So he was like a Minecraft stormtrooper, and what he basically had, he turned to the side, and it was like just a cardboard cutout that he wore sideways. So when you're sitting there, you see the stormtrooper. But if you looked at him this way, it was the dude with a cardboard cutout, like taped to the side of his head and the side of his arm.
That's cool.
Another thing I really saw, I don't know if you guys know this, but I spent many years in the medical supply industry, building, selling, and repairing electric wheelchairs, and
Cool.
there was the 501st was there, and there was a guy cruising around dressed up like a Mandalorian character, a generic Mandalorian guy, and he was on this speeder bike that was being controlled by a joystick. And if you pan down and you look to the bottom of this speeder bike, he was moving through the audience and through the crowd on this. It was actually the base of an old, like a dilapidated electric wheelchair that he took the seat off and made a speeder bike on top of, and
That's
was
the
using
best.
the joystick to control.
That is cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That is cool.
really
That
awesome.
is cool, man.
Yeah. I said to him, now I got to ask, I said, I used to repair these things. I said, did you buy a brand new, because those electric wheelchairs can go for, up to 10 grand, some of them, right?
Oh, yeah, they ain't cheap, man.
Yeah, they're expensive. So I asked him, I said, did you buy specifically an electric wheelchair to make this? He said, no, it was a hand-me-down that somebody had given him, and he basically gutted it and reconstructed it. I thought that was genius,
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool stuff.
Well, that kind of reminds me if you watch like the Smuggler's Room on YouTube as well, and he talks about making something out of nothing. Well, that would be like
Totally
an awesome feature on
Totally. It was
stuff like
trashed.
that.
It was a trashed wheelchair that this guy like reconfigured and made it into this speeder bike that he was.
Yeah, I would love to see that on that Smuggler's Room type deal.
Yeah,
Like
really
that
cool.
would be a cool build for them to do.
Yeah. The 501st had a pretty big showing. I'm going to say there were 25 people there from the 501st. And they had their, I don't know if you guys know, they have each of the characters from the 501st. They have like each cosplayer has his own, like almost like a baseball card with him in costume on the card. So I grabbed one or two of the cards. And then I was talking to a fellow, I think his name was David, from the 501st. I might even have his card. I have to grab it. I can show it to you. But he was very impressed with my lightsaber. I brought my one of my latest creations, the etch saber that Anthony helped me work on, and big hit. And I got to say, there were a lot of lightsabers in the crowd. I saw a lot of ultra sabers. And these were, Anthony, I'm going to tell you, these were the lowest of the low, like no brightness at all, like my, I'm trying to think, my cell phone light was 10 times brighter than those lightsabers were. And here I am walking around with a TriStar in my hand, and people were like just blown away. Like I got comments all over the place on how bright my lightsaber was. And when I showed them the features of what the blade could do, like, forget the smooth swing, but like the blaster blocks where you see the little bolt appear on the blade and the lock.
Oh, he froze a little bit. He froze
up stuff. Just it was
It's like you boys seen a lot of action.
Yeah, it was really cool. I gave out the last of my business cards. So I'm going to ask Anthony to help me create a new business card. I'd love to get a new business card going.
Yeah, we'll get you.
You got to send me one when you get it done. You got to send me one, Harris, when you get it done.
Yeah, you got it, man. Definitely will. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. And the best part, cons are expensive to get into.
Yeah.
So, my boy gave me a press pass, so I got in for free.
Oh shit, nice. That's even badass, man. That is stuff. Cool, dude.
Good stuff.
That is cool.
So what did I miss? What are you guys talking about before I jumped in?
We're talking a little bit about the sound of the 31 millimeter speaker. Goat Ninja asks, I imagine the shape of the pommel must affect the sound in the saber as well. It's totally true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have any of you all used a 22 millimeter speaker?
Yeah,
I used one if you remember that Mace Windu build that I built, Dan.
Oh yeah, that didn't sound bad at all.
Okay.
That was a 22 speaker.
And it sounded pretty decent. I think it sounded pretty decent. Well, let me tell you, because here is part of the chassis that's going to go into the F-16. And this is from, printed from Albert Flores from Smuggler's Outpost, right?
Very nice.
And it's going to take a 22 millimeter speaker.
Okay.
So I'm asking you guys, because y'all are experienced in that, and of course, I'm still learning stuff. So, with that kind of speaker, the volume and the sound, if it sounds, pretty decent. So if it sounds pretty decent, then I've got nothing really to worry about in terms of being
Yeah.
like a low rated sounding quality, or it's a good sound quality, and it'll do what it needs to do.
I just think like
Sure.
you won't hear the bass like as much as like a bigger speaker, but
Yeah.
it'll as long as it's secure in that chassis and like really tight, and then like the resonance of that F16 is probably good. It'll probably sound pretty nice. Like think of like your cell phone like has like really tiny speakers, but
Yeah.
it could sound good sometimes. So like these sabers with their nice resonance chamber and bigger speaker than your cell phone really sounds pretty nice. Like I've heard some of those like 22 24 millimeter speakers sound good.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been able to like maybe the one or two times I use them as like secondary speakers years ago.
Right.
Try to put like two speakers in a build. Like lately that's been like screwing me up a bit, like trying to put two speakers in a build with these newer soundboards like doesn't work as well as it used to. In older builds where like the soundboard was like less smart, I think. And it's not working as well these days with like these really smart and advanced soundboards.
Right.
Mundo,
I haven't been doing that as much.
so you got an F16, huh, Mundo?
Yes.
You
As a
have it
matter of
there?
fact, I was showing them too.
Oh, is that the black version, black and gold?
Yeah, the black and gold version. So
I really like them. I was thinking about picking one up.
do it, man. Do
Like
it.
it?
I'd like to see you. Wired up and everything. Of course, like I said, I got mine, and this will be my next build after I finish my friend's memory saber, because that memory saber has been plaguing me for 3 years already, and haven't been able to finish it. But now, hopefully, by the grace of God, I can finish it sometime this month or next month. Actually, probably next month, because I ended up, as you know, that I was talking to Space too, and I sent the picture on the internet that this board kind of screwed up. I don't know
board is
how,
that?
but that little piece came off
What
on
board
the
is
board.
A Prism?
It's the Prism 5.1.
it? Time to upgrade to a CFX, man.
Well, I have a CFX, so the CFX is going to go in this one.
Okay.
But I had always wanted, well, because of the memory saber. The memory saber was always supposed to be the 5.1 Prism, right? And again, Albert Flores, printed me a piece that went into the rib section. Because if you remember, I have been trying to find somebody to print a little chassis to go in here in the rib section for a very long time.
Yeah.
And nobody was kind of like, oh, okay, this, and that. Well, like I said, again, Albert Flores from Smuggler's Outpost actually printed me out one really nice, and he also sold me a new board. So thanks to Albert Flores for helping me out, and so that I can get this done.
Very
And I mean, this thing fits like a glove in here, man. I mean, look at that. I mean, it just looks, perfect right up in there, man. I've got wires sticking in here, so it's popping out with the wires. But,
Gotcha.
it fits like a glove right there. And I can't thank him enough for helping me with that so that I could get this build done and bring that saber to life with my friend's voice,
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so I'm like super ecstatic that I'm this far with it finally, and like I said, and because of 3 years, because it took me 3 years, let me tell you how my journey's gone with this, with this saber. Again, this is a memory build because my best friend, passed away from brain cancer in 2017.
Yeah, I remember you
And
talking about that before.
right. And so I wanted to build, and I had been inspired by space to get into the lightsaber community. I had seen he was one of the very first builds, and the very first build that I actually saw was his Great Jedi saber.
Yeah.
And that really inspired me. And so when my friend passed away, I'm thinking, I got to do something. And I had his voice on, a voicemail that I had. And
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking, how great would it be to honor his memory because he was such a colorful person. No matter where he went, he made you smile. He made you laugh. If he was in a bad mood, he would still make you laugh no matter what.
Right.
And to this day, that's how I want to portray things. Even if I may be in a bad mood, I'm gonna make fun of myself. I'm gonna make fun of somebody, but I can't make fun of somebody without making fun of myself first. You know what I mean? But I
Sure.
want to put people in a good mood. I want to put a smile on people's face, and I want us to have a good time doing it. I mean, that's when space is, Mundo, you're always so positive. Yeah, I try to be positive, even though it's a negative. It's a positive because there's too much hate in the world. There's too much bad stuff. I mean, we need some positivity. We need some love. We need sabers. We need all the good shit in the world.
Couldn't agree more,
Let's
my
get rid
friend.
of let's get rid of the bad shit and get the good shit in.
Couldn't agree more. So you're going to put
And
his voice on a font.
exactly. So yes, as a matter of okay, here's the thing. When we called each other and when I called him or he called me, he always ended up saying, "Hey, ¿qué pasa, mama?" That was his little quote.
Yeah.
So when I get this thing running, that's the first thing you hear. When it boots up, you're gonna hear "¿Qué pasa, mama?" with
Wow.
his voice on it.
That's an amazing tribute, bro.
Yeah, yeah. And so I am super stoked to try to get it done and to get it running with his voice and everything, and I've been trying so hard. So my first year in getting this saber going was to learn how to properly solder. So I went to Wish. I went and bought, some boards, empty boards, and just went to town every day, for about half a year, maybe more, just filling in those little holes.
Right.
And of course, I didn't know that at that point I was just learning to soldier, but I didn't know to use, the flux. I was just learning to soldier the little holes in, and then like probably the second half of the year, oh, you're supposed to use flux. Oh, okay, well, all right, so now I know this, here I am trying to get better with my soldering and not knowing exactly what I'm doing. And I went ahead and started learning how to solder with the flux and learn to solder wires together and so forth. And finally, I'm starting to get, to the point where I'm getting better at doing all of that and
Very
cutting
cool.
and splicing and all
Very
that good
cool.
stuff. And little bit at a time, and learning the different gauges of the wires and so forth. And some of the videos that I've seen, I'm all like, why are they using different types of wires? Why are they using the different gauges? It's such a learning experience to know that, oh, well, you don't have to use this type of gauge to do this type of thing. And I'm like, really? So, well, yeah, because you're not running this much power to this. So you don't need that much wire for this much power. And I'm thinking, wow, you learn all this different stuff and it's like unbelievable.
That's
And
awesome.
so that first year was nothing but learning how to solder and actually kind of coming up with the design for my saber. And you know, because my friend was so well rounded, he's always into things. He'll look for something to do and something new to learn and so forth. So when it comes down to it, you know, like Space said, it was kind of like an Obi-Wan type look to it. I'm all like, yeah, it's got to be half of that, you know, half of that. And the way it just came about, it's like, yeah, it fits his personality. You know, when I get it done, it's gonna fit his personality, and it's got little nicks and scratches and stuff because, you know, that's the way he was. I mean, he's like us. I mean, like me. You know, we get a little bumps and scratches and stuff, and we keep going and we keep doing things, and that's the way to go. You know, I mean, you don't have to be polished and shiny to present yourself well.
That's awesome.
There was a post on Instagram, I think today or yesterday, from Starlight Saber Services. He was acid tumbling a lightsaber hilt for the weathering. It looked pretty crazy. Like it looked like it was like ancient when he was done.
Really,
it was like,
that's
yeah,
interesting.
kind of a interesting way to weather, I thought.
See, and that's another thing. I've seen some of these hills that are weathered, and some of them are like, you know, really. I mean, it's a grungy look, and it looks cool. But if it looked like a little less grungy, but still kind of like a medium weather instead of a deep weather, I think they would look a little better. Some hilts, I think they need a deep weathering, and then some hilts you need light weathering, and it just kind of like fluctuates a little bit. I don't know if you feel me or not on that. If you think the same way I do, but
I've only done like one really heavy weathered saber. I think the rest have all been like I've done like weathered sabers, but not more than like paint coming off them and stuff like that. Some of these weathered jobs, like, have you seen the ones where like you could see the crystal through because there's like an actual hole in there or something? Those are pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, see, and I have so many
It's like battle
designs
damage.
in mind. It's crazy, but I don't know how to draw, so I can't do that. I might have to get your services, Space, and have you draw for me.
I could sketch out something for you.
Yeah,
Jim said this is something I noticed too. Jim says, I love that Star Trek is on behind Jedi Hesh. I noticed that before I saw Spock.
Yeah,
I wonder if someone
started yesterday with the motion picture. I'm kind of burning through them again.
Oh, hey, they're good movies, man.
Love it.
They're good movies. Yeah, I mean, I dig Star Trek as much as I do space. Star Wars. You know.
Yeah. I'm a fan. I grabbed some of my goodies. I want to show you. I don't know if you can say it. This is one of the 501st cards.
Oh, nice.
So this guy in the suit here, he was at the con yesterday, and his real name, David McFace. Oh, Darth McFaceplant.
That must be his screen name.
Felicia, what's up?
Thank you, dropped. Felicia. Heshi dropped. Felicia's here. That's a sweet gesture, Mundo. Great motivation.
Yes.
Yeah, Mundo's been really working on this hilt for a while, and I can't wait until I can play this in regards to him completing it.
It's working! It's working!
That's gonna be so sweet. That's gonna be so sweet, man, when I get it done and all that good stuff. Because it will be a dream come true. You know what I mean? I mean, it not only will it honor my friend Anthony, but it'll honor you as well. You know, because some of the pieces that I do have, and one of the things that I'm going to do on there, and you've seen already, which was to light up the the buttons and stuff. Here we go. So
I knew you had a bunch of it like already wired.
So that when that lights up with the PLI underneath it, that's
going to be like the Gray Jedi saber.
Yeah, so that my friend there, when that lights up, that's gonna honor you. For all the help that you've given me through the years, and and the support that you've kept me going, kept me going and kept me working on this thing. Because I think I would have given up after the second year, and but for the love of the Sabers, and the friendship that we have and everything, and it's going to keep me rocking and rolling with it,
Yeah, definitely keep it.
I don't know
keep
what
it going.
happened. I touched something on my computer and I lost everything. I had to reboot and come back in.
Yeah, kind of
yeah.
bumped you out somehow.
So Heshy, let me tell you, I don't know if you were watching, but I was telling Anthony that I've got the PLI under this, right?
We were
And
talking
that's
about that a couple weeks back. You and I were talking.
Right, exactly, because the PLI, I was asking whether I need to resist it or not,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Resist the temptation.
Did you get it working?
well, I haven't, because I think I'm probably not going to resist it, since it's going to just be on completely all the way up.
Right.
And so and if I need to replace it, I'll replace it later on or whatever. It won't be
I
that
don't
big of a
think you'll
deal.
need to replace it. I think you might. They're funny. I mean, I have one in one of my sabers, and what happens is I don't think it really reads the proper voltage from the battery, because mine is either always on or like when the battery's dead, it's completely off.
Yeah.
It doesn't decrease like it's supposed to.
Right. So, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to wire it to the recharge port. So that way, when I pull the kill key, it'll turn on. Right.
Yeah. The
So,
lights are pretty.
Do you guys know
Yeah,
why
exactly.
that it doesn't really decrease like it used to? It's because
Well,
of the new
I mean,
style
It reads the
lithium-ion
voltage
batteries.
weird. I don't know. I don't know. Like there's a little jumper on there that I think you got to cut, or you got to. I forget. It's been a while since I messed with one, but
Mhm.
in one way, with the jumper, without the jumper, it'll read a 7.4 versus a 3.7.
Yeah,
And
well, I
Well,
mean, like,
yeah, if
even if
you
it
cut one of the leads, if you cut one of the leads on there, then it'll go to the 7.4 read.
yeah,
But if
yeah.
I don't cut them, which I didn't, that leaves me to the 3.7 volt read.
Yeah, but I don't know why. Like ever since I built that Saber, I started to try and play around with some resistors, and
Mhm.
it wouldn't work. Either the resistor wasn't high enough, the resistance wasn't, and I guess the word would be impeding it enough,
Yeah.
or too much. And it was the Saber was working right, and the lights were pretty. So
Well,
I just
Right.
F
I'll
it.
tell you guys why
leave it
that's
alone.
happening, and the reason is because of our new style. Like lithium-ion batteries don't really decrease the voltage. Like the protection system,
Mhm.
like
Yeah, I think
keeps it
that's
within
part
a
of it.
certain range. Yeah, so
Yeah.
like in the old style, like before we had lithium ions and we're using like nickel metal hydride in the lightsabers,
Yeah.
those worked a lot better because the PLI could sense like the lightsaber going from, let's say, like 4.8, it would like
Yeah.
drain down to like 3.2 or something. It could really read it. But now when you're going from 4.2, which is usually like a charged 3.7 battery, is like 4.2 volts,
Yeah.
and then it's going to
Right.
drop to like 3.5 before it's going to switch off, and
Right.
that's not really enough to change those lights enough to like go down to the yellow or the red. So you'll kind of always be in the green, on the PLI, but with our new style batteries, that's just kind of just how it is.
Right.
Right. And so if you so Heshi, I'm sorry. So with here, like I said, this will light up right when I pull the kill key. But this is an ode to space with his Gray Jedi saber, right? So not only is it a memory saber to my friend, but it also, recognizes space, and so forth, for him helping me, getting this going as well and done. So it's to honor both of them.
That's awesome.
And so if you see right here, I've got the kill key here and the rice port here, and I can't fit the battery in here because of the rice port and the recharge port, because it was kind of funny the way I did it. And I guess I just kind of didn't think it all the way through, but it didn't matter really because the way the design came out was kind of cool in itself. And so now here on this side, on here, I've got a 26-650 going down right here, right? And the speaker is just right here, just barely sticking out.
And then what about the board? The board is in the center?
And the board is going to be in the center, like I said. So so the board is right here, right? The board's going to be in here. I haven't wired it yet because I just got the new one.
Right.
And so it's going to fit in here.
Oh, beauty.
So it's going to fit in here. And when I wire everything up, it's going to, all fit together like this, right?
Nice.
And so
that's going to be powerful.
Yeah. So I wanted it in here because when the way the boards were at the time of the 5.1 coming out, you needed a lot of swing action for it to really work well. And I took that into consideration. And so hence it would fit in here so that a lot of the swing motion goes this way. And I would be able to get a lot of that sensors going and running and everything else. You see? Hey Jim, how you doing, man? So that's the whole point of the Saber and the story of the Saber. For those who don't know, now you guys do know, the story behind this Saber. So when you see it completed, those of you watching tonight will know the backstory and the journey that I have taken and what Space has helped me accomplish in getting a Saber done, and learning the Saber craft as well. And again, kudos to Jedi Hesh as well. I can go and I can ask questions from these guys and get information that for something that I don't know. And I'm still learning. I mean, I'm still a Padawan, and
we're always here to help, bro.
I'm still a Padawan. So for those of you who are watching this channel tonight and you're thinking about getting a Saber or thinking about learning how to build your own Saber, don't get intimidated. Just learn.
Well, let me say something real quick. When I met Anthony 7 years ago, give or take, something like that.
Yeah.
When I met Anthony, the whole thing of starting Saber Talk was all about helping people out. You know what I mean? And showing what we do, what we can do, and helping people out. And that's what it's all about. So Mundo, I'm always here for you. I'm just a phone call away or a hit up on Facebook Messenger, however you need me.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Ant knows 100 times what I know. I called him about 2 hours ago asking him information about wire tonight that I wasn't sure of. So, but anything we can do, we're always here for you, bro. Yeah,
definitely. So, and I still go, believe it or not, Anthony, I still go back and I watched past episodes of Saber Talk. I mean, I love Saber Talk. I mean, I was hooked from day one.
That's awesome.
I think the day that y'all started Saber Talk, even episode 1, I watched probably 3 times in that same night. I watched it 3 times. And then when y'all did it, I've watched probably every episode maybe 3 or 4 times. And I still want to go back and watch them again.
Harris's son was on one of the episodes. He was
I remember that.
He was like 13 then, and he's 17 now. He's taller than me. He shaves. Got hair in his armpits.
Does he still have his lightsaber?
No, that thing has been gutted a long time ago, I think. That was the one you did for him. And then he wanted to do something else with it. And, that was one of the original, what was the board in that? One of the low-end Plector boards?
Nano.
Wasn't it a Nano?
One of the early Nano biscuits. And It just never worked right. Aunt put a lot of work into it, and my son asked me to do something on it, and that was it. It never worked right again. That was the end of that. But Aunt, every other saber you helped me out with is still going strong.
I love the new one that you came out with, though.
Yeah, here.
Oh my God, gorgeous! Have you seen the new sabers? The new sabers, the Fury 2 that Vader's Vault came out with?
I got an email. I don't know if I took a close look. Were they new designs, or I thought the email said like we are putting out, a new round of these, so I didn't look too closely.
Yeah, no, they look fantastic, man. Look at that. My God.
Etched by Bad Batch Etching, Pete's Powder Coat Emporium.
I love that etching is so detailed.
The etching on it is just amazing.
Yeah.
It's got the Jedi code in Arabesh on the back of it. I can't read it. I have no idea what it says.
Cool. Love it. That is cool, man.
Are we going to send the KR? What are they called? Flagships? Are we sending them to the same person who did your etching?
We could. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he would. He's always.
Is that what you plan to do? Those look good.
Yeah, I'm sure. We can and we will. That's Pete Sandinovo. He does amazing work.
I have another customer that wants like etching for next year. So maybe we will have to ask your buddy, say his name again, the one that did the etching for this?
Pete Sandinovo, Bad Batch Etching on Facebook.
Bad Batch Etching, Pete Sandinova.
Look at that.
Wow.
That looks real.
Look at the aura on that thing.
That's TriStar goodness right there.
Damn. That's
what I said. Damn.
That's bright.
It's so bright. The camera, the camera's having trouble adjusting to it. There's no, what do you call it? No filters. No, that's straight from the camera.
Yeah, look at the aura on it though, man. Oh my God. Great. Jeez.
I love the little red, how it goes up red and then it turns green.
Yeah.
That's your certain blade style that's doing that.
Yeah, the saber got a lot of talk about it yesterday. Yeah, a lot of people were talking about it.
That's good.
It was so bright. We got blasted out of here.
I love it. Yeah, the whole convention, bro. My saber, brightest saber it was. And you know what? I screwed up. I went to I didn't, you know me, and I'm lazy, right? I only brought the short blade. I brought the lamp saber. But I mean, it's a TriStar lamp saber. Still the brightest blade in the whole room.
Wait, is that the one we made that was like a 7/8?
No. I have the dual star, and I have the TriStar, but they're shorties.
Oh, okay.
The dual star is the 7/8. The TriStar is the 1 inch, but they're shorties. They're lamp savers. You built me that one for my MB Graflex because they only take 7/8 inch blades.
Oh, right.
But man, nothing beats a TriStar in a 1 inch, man. I'm blown away. I mean,
I didn't think it was.
I'm still blown away.
I never thought it was possible because when I did my own blade, it was like that was tougher than hell to get it in there and stuff. And then I hear Space come out with the TriStar with TriStar.
There is nothing that this man can't do when it comes to lightsaber construction.
I'm telling you,
he's doing quad star, 5 LED strips. He's got going on now.
Passerby,
3 and
amazing.
Passerby be like,
shit.
Love it. Man, I want to talk about something real quick. I made a new friend about a week and a half ago, and I invited him on tonight. He couldn't come on tonight, but I told him I'm going to talk him up. I hope I'm saying his last name right. Will Ayling is the owner and proprietor of Davidium Custom Lightsabers. That's with a D, Davidium. He's got a lot of YouTube videos. He's a young cat. He's, I'm going to say in his 20s. Guy's amazing. And the way I got to him was talking to Martin Bear about this bad boy that I'm working on. I'm working on Martin
look
Bear
at that.
Graflex.
That's a Graflex one?
This is the Graflex. It's going to go in my vintage Graflex. Yeah.
That's
Was
like
that the Metal Master, right?
That's the Metal Master. Now, something cool about this one, what you see here, all brass, but the silver part, that is 100% real, genuine silver. That is 100% real, genuine silver. The fins on the back, 100% real, 100% like jewelry quality silver, like something that you would have a necklace made out of or earrings. And this is the blade holder I'm working on. And what you see here, I'm trying to find the camera, all of these little details, that's all 100% real silver.
Amazing.
So basically, this lightsaber is like jewelry quality. And something fun. I like what Martin Bear calls tech. I like the tech, the little pipes and workings.
Yeah.
I overdid it a little bit. Usually his sabers only have 2 of these tech pieces, but I did 4. I tend to overdo stuff like this. But,
hey, you got to make it your own, you know?
Right. And this is all 100% silver. So Will Ayling has been giving me a lot of help, a lot of pointers, and he's very cool. He did a face chat with me. We were on face chat for, I don't know, an hour one night. He's going to be starting up his own powder coating business. So he's going to be powder coating, not just lightsabers, but like car parts and motorcycle parts and rims and anything you want powder coated. And I promise I wanted him to come on tonight, and I'm going to get him on. He's my new best friend. And I pestered him so much all weekend long. I kept telling him, dude, you're going to get sick of me. You're going to get sick of me pestering you, dude. But he's been cool all along, and he's my new buddy. So I want to bring him on Saber Talk. I want to get him on and talking about lightsabers.
That'd be cool.
Will Ayling, Davidium Custom Sabers, Martin Bear. I talked to Martin Bear. I was thinking about maybe doing a Facebook page dedicated to the MB chassis, the Metal Master stuff. And I talked to Martin, and Martin said, he was cool with me doing it if I decide to proceed with that. But he recommended that I do it with some of his guys. And basically, if you want a commission from Martin Bear, he doesn't really do them that much anymore. He's got his original stuff that he does. And I'm talking like high end, like $6,000, $8,000. But he will recommend anybody that wants one of these. He recommends he'll send you to Will at Davidium Custom Sabers. He's based in Canada, British Columbia, I believe. I'm on the East Coast, and you're about an hour away from me. He's about an hour behind us, I think. Great guy. I just sent him a note. I want an email. I didn't hear back from him yet. He's busy. I think he just got an oven to work on his powder coating. This thing's huge. He sent me a picture. It's on the back of a truck and a trailer. But very cool, and I wanted to talk him up. I wanted to throw him a bone. And my new buddy, Will, I love you. Thank you for all the help. I'm going to be picking your brain a lot.
Yeah, he could come on, anytime he wants. Any Monday would work well for us.
We're going to get him on.
Mundo Mondays. So, if he needs us to adjust the time a bit to adjust for his hour, you let me know. We can adjust.
He's a late night guy. I've been talking to him late night. And like I said, he's only it's 10:30 here, 11 o'clock. It'd be 10 o'clock for him. I don't think it's too bad. He's a young cat, so He can. I'm ready to pass out now, but he'll make
I'll probably be up to about 1:30 this morning.
Yeah, like, one of those ovens that you were talking about that was on the back of the truck. I sent Mundo one of those ovens to do the powder coating, but instead he's using it to smoke meat.
Yeah, exactly.
He's using it for his barbecue, so I don't know what happened there.
Funny.
Yeah, the barbecue come out great, man. I'm gonna have to send y'all some ribs sometime.
Jedi Arms Dealer says OG Saber Talks taught me all of the different Plector boards, including the Crystal Shard.
Yes, I am a Plector fan. I love Plector Labs. Irv is just the man. He is so the man. One of these days, I'm going to go to Paris. I think Paris, France he's in, or somewhere near Paris, France. I'm going to be knocking on his door and be like, Irv, I'm here, buddy. Hi,
he's really cool. I know Space had him on one time. And I was actually able to say a few words to him and talk with him, and he's pretty cool. And I love the fact that he's got a couple of children, girls, and I'm not like I got girls for kids, and I'm not like, wow, we got something coming. But now learning the Saber community and what he does with his boards and stuff, like amazing tech, amazing.
He's a genius. These guys are these are the smartest people I think in the world. They like Martin Bear, Irv Plector, Anthony. These guys should be like running the country, in my opinion. And they got my vote. I would be behind them running the country. You can run my country.
And Scott, Scott the Emperor.
We could be like the Emperor.
Crystal focus make you stronger.
Do you agree? Does it make you stronger?
Anthony needs to play the Anthony needs to play the Emperor one year. He needs to. That's what he needs to do for Halloween one year. Is to be the Emperor.
Jim Smith says, "Can the Pentastar be a 7/8 or does it have to be 1 inch?" Well, the Pentastar is going to have to be 1 inch, even though I did just get some new Pentacores in from Jedi Arms Dealer, who printed them out for me in a smaller diameter, but still not small enough to be stuffed into a 7/8 probably. I was able to do the TriStar in a 7/8 for Harris, or at least like you said, we did a shorter one or an experimental one. But as far as Pentastar, I would say definitely not. Ooh, that's a cool effect Mundo's got. I don't know if he intends that.
I'm going to be right back, fellas. I'm going to go grab another beer. Be right back.
At least on my end, he looked digital. Yeah, so 7/8 is like, to get foam around it, it wouldn't really work. Although I might be able to like stuff the new Pentacore with the LEDs into a 7/8, there would be like no foam, so that wouldn't be good. But like I have the schematics for up to a 7. Like if I don't know if you've heard of if you're into martial arts and you've heard of like 7-star form in Kung Fu, I can do up to a 7-strip blade mathematically, technically, or theoretically, but haven't actually tried. But if I do a 7-strip blade, there will be zero diffusion. It'll just be LEDs up against the up against the blade tube. So I don't know if I'll try that. If I don't know if we're going to get to 7 at some point, but JB Kuma from the Mad Science Workshop here on YouTube, if you want to check him out, Mad Science Workshop with 2 P's and an E at the end of workshop. And you can check out JB Kuma's channel, and he makes a lot of civilized sabers products for me and designs them for me, and he has figured out that I could do a 7-strip blade, but do we want to? Jim says, I thought so. Yeah.
Hey guys, my boy Will is texting me right now, and I told him I would give him another quick shout out. His email it's Davinium. I'm going to spell this out: DAVINIUM.customs, CUSTOMS @gmail.com. website is Davinium, DAVINIUMS ABERCRAFTS.com. That's Davinium Sabercraft.com. Best way to get Davinium Customs.
You know what you could do, Harris? I think you are a moderator. If you're logged into YouTube, you can put a comment, or
I will. Okay, I'll post that underneath. Awesome
post
idea.
that in the comments. So anyone that, because like
Yeah.
we have the live chat there, and if you put it in there, it'll be saved. Anyone that watches this later will be able to see that. So
Awesome,
that'll be the
awesome.
place for it.
I wanted to give my boy a throw out, you know, a shout out.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Good
Jim
stuff, good
Jim
stuff.
says he knows 7-star. He knows 7-star form. Very
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
Mundo, what beer are you drinking?
Miller Lite. I gotta behave. You know, because since I am diabetic, I gotta. It's a low carb beer, so I'm not too worried about it. 2, 3, I'm good. It won't affect my blood sugar.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'm a diabetic, man. I know.
I think my
Yeah.
dog might be like turning diabetic because like yesterday, Harris, he was shaking and then he kind of collapsed. And it was like, I was thinking like, maybe he's like low on sugar. So I gave him some honey and let him lick some honey. And then he kind of came back to life. So I was like, oh, maybe he's like at the start of.
Well, listen. So, and I got to tell a little funny story. So whenever I come over to Anthony's house, I always like to bring treats for Luke. Luke is the best dog in the world. He's the coolest dog in the world. He's handsome, good-looking boy. I love him. I love him like he's my own. And I always like to bring him treats, which I used to bring him like a cheeseburger. I'd stop at McDonald's, and I'd bring a couple cheeseburgers, and I would break them up in little pieces, and he would eat them right out of my hand. So lately I come over, and I said, Aunt, what can I bring for Luke? Because, you know, I know he's been dealing with some health issues, so I don't want to give him any of the junk food.
Yeah.
So Anthony tells me, get him a head of purple cabbage. And I'm like, purple cabbage? I said, a fucking dog don't want purple cabbage. Dog wants a cheeseburger.
He does want the cheeseburger.
Maybe you're feeding
He's stuck with the cabbage.
I would go over, I'd be sneaking Luke cheeseburgers, and I look over and Anthony's giving him cucumbers. The dog eats salad. I mean, okay, whatever. But Aunt, give him a cheeseburger, man.
He made it to 15, right, on all these salads.
God bless.
We just gave our dog some ground turkey.
That's
Yeah, see, my mom says not to
carnivores,
give him
man.
turkey. I don't know, but I basically gave my dog everything else under the sun.
They're
And you know how they
meat
say, you know, chocolate will kill a dog and stuff. Well, my first dog ate like an entire plate of chocolate chip cookies that were freshly baked. He lived to past 12 years old.
Oh
So I
wow.
don't know that it kills a dog, but maybe.
Yeah, I've
maybe
been watching some videos. Lately, and it tells me that like the breed of dog that I have, which are miniature Aussies, right? Australian Shepherds, miniature Australian
yeah.
Shepherds. And
Used to
so
have
they
one.
said that you're not supposed to give them onions and garlic because it'll mess up all their digestive system and stuff. And I'm like,
Right.
wow, really? And here I am thinking, okay, I'm gonna make all these burgers and stuff and feed it to them, and like, no.
What did you put onion and garlic in your burger mix?
Man, I put onion and
patty?
garlic in everything, man. I might be part Italian, dude.
And Mundo's from Texas, man.
I do the same thing.
It's the state capital of the United States, man.
You can't go wrong with onion, garlic, and butter, man.
Yeah, that was the weird thing I made. I made burger meat the other day. I made it into meatballs, and I'm like, after I cooked them and I'm eating them, and I'm thinking, I forgot the onion. Like, what the hell's wrong with me? Didn't have onion in it. That was a problem. And I had onions sitting right there on the counter. I just didn't put them in.
That's funny.
They should have went in.
See, this is the thing. You were thinking of sabers while you were cooking.
Yeah, I don't like cooking because like I run inside and throw something in the oven. I mean, Harris knows that's how he'll come over and he'll cook. And it's the greatest thing in the world because he knows how to cook a lot of different things. Whatever he makes a lot of it. It tastes great. We eat it for days.
Oh man.
really, like sometimes Harris comes over, he's helping with sabers, plus he'll make food, which he might not know is actually helping with sabers double time, because now I don't have to go make the food and I can keep working on the saber and
You know
just
what?
heat up the food.
You know what I'm gonna do for you, Space? You know what I'm gonna do for you is I'm gonna make a video on to make some Spanish dishes that I know how to make.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna make those videos, and then I'm gonna send you the video so you can copy the video
Nice.
and make the food, or have when Harris comes over, he can watch the video and make the food for you. You know?
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and
'cause
they're very simple ingredients, man.
I'll go to Ann's house sometimes. I'll stay there for 2-3 days in a row, and like all we do is eat and build sabers. You know.
God
Yeah.
damn, I need to make a trip out there then.
Yeah, make sure I know when, because I'm going to come up. I'm going to hang with you
Yeah,
guys.
I got extra bedrooms, Mundo. Harris knows you can come over whenever you want.
That'd be cool, man.
Jim Smith says, I did northern praying mantis and 5 animal and wing sun kung fu.
Oh,
yeah, I'll
cool.
let you in on a little secret. I don't know if Mundo knows this yet either, but I've been inventing this new comic book, and it's going to be called Wing Chun. And I was actually debating on whether or not to spell it, like which way to spell it. So I've been doing like research on this spelling and then 2 other spellings, just to kind of make the masthead of the comic interesting. But basically it's going to be like the history of Wing Chun presented in like, you know, part fiction, part like real facts as well, like mixed in,
Nice.
and then like a modern story like aligned with it. So that's one of the new comics I'm gonna make. Jim Smith says, "Sweet, yeah." Like I kind of started writing the story, and it's pretty cool because I've always like known a little bit about the history, but now I'm like really in depth like researching, so I can try to get it as close to like the real facts that we know, and then I'll just kind of fill in the gaps. You know, like that's I don't know. I love that type of like fiction that's like based on real facts, but
yeah,
they do that sometimes with like Japanese samurai stories and stuff. They take like stuff that they know of and then just like kind of fill in the gaps, and it ends up being really interesting. I think. I don't think anyone's done that with Wing Chun yet, and I definitely don't think there's a comic about it. So,
hey, so Jim, was that the 5 animals? Where was it? The tiger, the crane, the snake, let me see, the dragon, crane, snake, tiger, and leopard, I believe, were the 5 animals. Now, some may put in like I guess it depends on the region, because they also have the toad and something else, and then you got the monkey. So it depends on the region where you come from for the 5 animals.
yeah, maybe it's different, like north and south and stuff. I've seen like posters and stuff online with like different animals on it, depending. So I guess it just depends.
Now
whenever I've looked through the history, like they look to different animals and insects for like movements and stuff for forms.
Yeah, like I have a book on the crane from Dr. Ming Juing, and it's a very interesting read, man. I would, and then I've got a few videos as well, but I was so into my martial arts. I need to get back into it, man. Now that I've lost all this weight, I can actually start trying to get back into it. So,
do you feel like you're like for both of you guys did tell me how having cooties last year affected? Do you still feel the effect of in your breath and stuff like that, or do you feel like it's back to normal? Tell me
Definitely.
about it.
I am not what I used to be.
you get winded pretty easy.
Shit. Yeah, like that's what my friend Kevin tells me too, and you know, Kevin Mundo from the other show. He can't catch his breath as well as he used to after having that.
Yeah, I walked to the mailbox and I'm out of breath. I'm tired.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Now, how long has it been since you guys had it last?
November was a year.
Months.
So it's a year.
Yeah.
4 months.
Probably something like that. Yeah.
Like a year.
Yeah, I told my doctor, and my doctor says that, you know, like he says to me, he's like, you're nothing special. I hear that from every one of my patients. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you just deal with it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Unfortunately, that's the way it's going to be. I mean,
Yeah, now Philly, you guys, and you're in Jersey, Monday, you're in Texas. Philly is starting up tomorrow with the mask mandate again.
Oh,
is
why
it
something got
really?
bad over there?
Yeah, I'm not happy about that. And I work in like in a senior care facility, so I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with that. If they're going to have to, it's been about a month now. I haven't worn a mask. I might have to put it back on.
See, you and I are in similar, work environments because I deal with, mentally challenged individuals, but at the same
Especially
time,
tonight.
it's still care,
Especially
it's still
tonight
a
here with me,
provider.
Mundo.
Huh?
Is that a nice way to say you have to deal with me tonight?
Well, I'd rather deal with you than a bunch of other yahoos. So you're my favorite yahoo.
Yahoo! I love reading our comments.
Tiger, crane, snake, monkey, okay, see the monkey. See how I told you where it was a different region, that it was the monkey in there? Now, some regions, instead of the monkey, it would have the leopard instead of the monkey, see? But then they also have toad and a few others that will go in there. So it depends on the region where you're studying from. So Jim, thank you for letting me know that, because that tells me a little bit, of information right there when you said that.
So I think that was a really cool Mundo Monday, our first Mundo Monday on Space Windu channel. I was thinking we could wrap up the stream here and pick it up again next Monday. What I like to do is, wait for Tom Megtooth Sith to do his show on Monday, and then we will try to come on after he's done. So he usually talks about Profi boards and installations and custom lightsaber stuff. If you are into custom lightsabers, learning how to do it yourself, he's got a great camera that is like zooms in on the work he's doing, and he can show you like really small soldering and stuff, and he's often doing that on his channel. So check out Megtooth Sith, and he does a show on Mondays. We'll come on after he's done. We'll do a Mundo Monday a little later. That's usually easier for me to get on, like around 10 or whatever. So going forward, come back every single Monday. Subscribe right here to Space Windu channel. Don't forget to force push the like button on this video, and subscribe, and you'll be notified of when we release more videos. We have another channel too. I just recorded a video for Civilized Sabers YouTube channel right before we came on live tonight. Harris, I finished a photon green TriStar for a customer on Civilized Sabers website. It's crazy bright. In the video, I show you it on the lux meter. It's like over 15,000 on certain colors.
Wow.
Crazy.
Every time I come over, I want to pop my blade in that lux meter.
Like I recently tested a different TriStar, that's out of the trans white tube, and the obviously the photon green doesn't do every single color. It only does like green and red and certain colors, but those colors are like almost, they're off the charts on this lux meter. Also, we're getting.
Does the blue really push it like the old inhale LEDs?
Yeah, it seems like the brightest of those green colors, like rooted in the blue. Okay. It rooted in the blue LEDs, because you could kind of tell when it's on, and I'm just getting numbers. It's like 16,000 on the lux meter. Pretty intense numbers, and we're going to be making a couple more TriStars this week for Carly King on YouTube.
Yeah, she wants to review our TriStar. She's talking to Gabe was saying she's talking about doing a brightest blade comparison. I'd love to be involved in that.
Oh, right, so, that's gonna be nice.
So she flips and twirls around the lightsabers and stuff. YouTube? We're gonna make sure we.
When she saw this hilt, she posted that this is the prettiest lightsaber that she's ever seen.
Wow.
I was flattered.
That's awesome.
High compliment. That's
I was
incredible.
flattered.
Yeah, so we got blades coming for her, and JB Kuma from the Mad Science Workshop is also finishing up a unit that's a lux meter tester for light output, but it's going to be double. So we're going to be able to put in, for comparison videos, put in, like, let's say, Harris, you bring over your TriStar, and we have another TriStar that's maybe in an amber blade or something.
Do two at the same time.
Different. We'll be able to do it at the same time. There'll be two light meters right next to each other. So that's going to be mounted on a board, and we'll be able to make videos and actually do tests, like comparing the different brightnesses of the different blades, which is going to be something that like no one's ever been able to do before.
That's awesome.
Actually get two light meters going side by side. So that should be pretty cool. That's going to be on the Civilized Sabers channel, and that video, I'm going to try to edit that tonight and get it up tomorrow for the Photonic TriStar if you want to see that. Felicia is aware of Carly. Not only that, she loves Carly. So does Jim. He says, "Yay, Carly! Awesome."
Cool. I'll have to check her out
later, Felicia. Yeah, come back. Felicia knows we used to do Mundo Monday on Comic Book Creation Live
later
show, and we kind of moved it to we're talking about sabers a lot anyway on the other channel, so we might as well move it over here. Talk sabers the entire time. Jim Smith says 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Anybody in Pacific time, join us at 7 p.m. and come over at 10, or like Mundo time, which is middle of the country, would be 9
central time on my area.
But you can watch these videos anytime you want. They'll be in the live section of the Space Windu channel. So if you go to my channel and tap on the live, or tap on videos and then live, this will be in there. This should, unless it gets taken down for some kind of copyright thing, but it should be there. As soon as we're done here. All right. So Harris, thanks for coming in. I know you have to work tomorrow. Thank you for staying.
Love you guys.
Love you too. Thank you for starting up Mundo Monday on this channel. I think it'll be fun, and feel free to work on sabers if you want. I have a setup like right next to here where I might do like Tom Megtooth Sith does sometimes, and like work on the saber and point my camera at my workstation. So anybody that's looking for like build tips and stuff like that, we will be doing that type of stuff too.
Nice.
Sometimes Harris is here on a Monday. We'll throw some videos up with Harris working on lightsabers and things like that when he's over. So
yeah, I like how we do that. You're at your desk and I'm at another desk. We're in the same room, but we have two different views coming in.
Yeah,
it's cool.
And we can help each other. We can work on the same project, get stuff done quicker, which has been nice lately to have help.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
see, that's why when I get a Graphics and I send it to y'all, I want y'all working on my Graphics.
That's Harris.
I'm the Graphics man. I love my Graphics.
Yeah, he's got a couple over here. One of them he's been working on, lately. Another one he kind of finished up his end of it, and I have to install. And then obviously his personal one, which is like actually got real legit silver and all these exotic metals and stuff in there.
It's saber bling.
Yeah, that is saber porn to the maximum level.
He is really sabering the moment.
He's sabering every moment from just not the moments when he has to open the wallet up, because that's the fun ones. But where's my outro? I don't see my outro video. I was like stalling so I could find my outro video, but I could play something for you guys on the way out.
Cool.
But yeah, I think that's it. Oh yeah, maybe I should mention my comic book, even though it's no longer for sale. We are working on Albatross Junction issue 3. So I just removed this from Indiegogo, which is where it was for sale. But when it comes back, when we have issue 3 ready, I'll put these up for sale again for issues number 1 and 2 and 3, all in their own individual issue. This is like a book that has issues 1 and 2 in it. But if you want to, check out this comic, which Harris and Mundo both have. You probably went to go get it.
Mine's in my bedroom, so I'm not going to go all the way over there to go get it.
You can check out albatrossjunction.com, and we're going to try to update that site soon to let you guys know when this summer the issue 3 is going to come out. We'll also put that out on Indiegogo. I'll blast it out there for anybody that wants to know. We'll certainly find out by listening to videos on this channel and things like that.
I got one last saber to find in that comic, man. One last saber.
I think there's like 3 people that have a chance to win the lightsaber that's hidden in that book. And I think Mundo's one of them. And then there's Felicia, who's also looking. And Gina, my other friend who got the book, she's looking as well. So I think you have a little competition there, Mundo. But those 3 aren't. It's not too bad to be in competition with just 3 people, right? I haven't heard, unless I get other like people dropping in on the contest that haven't told me that they are in it. Yeah, I don't know, but those are the 3 that I think have the biggest chance because they've told me they found like each person found like 20 hilts. So I'm like, you guys are all really, really close right there. There's like 25 hilts in the issue, and if you find them, you'll actually get a NeoPixel lightsaber. So that's anyone that was in the first printing, which I said a minute ago is actually closed right now. But that's a contest that's going on for the people that were part of the first printing of Albatross Junction. All
Such
right, guys.
A great read too. Great story, buddy.
Yeah, Mundo's actually in the book, so that's where Mundo Monday all started. Was Mundo is a character in Albatross. He's been mentioned so far, and he'll appear at some point in a future issue. So stay tuned.
Drinking Edmundo's
Albatross, and you might even see Mundo in there. So, all right, I'm going to play this video, which is going to be the outro to this stream, and I thank everybody that dropped in tonight to say hi and to listen to us talk sabers. Really appreciate it, and have a great evening, everybody.
Jim, Felicia, have a great night, guys, and all those who came by.
Signing out.
I fly a starship across the universe divide, and when I reach the other side,